College of Arts and Law. Wednesday, 8th of July, 2026, 5:30 p.m. Today, we're coming to you from the grand halls of the University of Birmingham, an institution steeped in discovery and research since 1900. The University of Birmingham was the UK's first civic university, a place designed for everyone, not just the privileged few. Every one of our graduands today is part of that proud tradition of learning and achievement. Degree congregations at the University of Birmingham date back to 1901 and are held here in the Great Hall, right at the heart of our Edgbaston campus. Attended by nearly 30,000 graduates and guests each year, these events are the highlight of the university calendar and represent for many students the conclusion of their studies at Birmingham. Originally built as a cathedral to learning, the Great Hall never fails to impress our visitors. The building is Grade 2 listed, and it's really the details that make the space so special. It features a trompe-l'oeil dome ceiling located above its formal marble entrance. The entrance is bordered by archways that are designed to draw the eye towards the centre of the room. you can hear is being performed by our very own student musicians. They often perform versions of modern pop hits or songs with a Birmingham connection. As our graduands wait for the ceremony to start, this is a time for them to reflect on how far they've come. They may think back to the first lecture they attended in a packed lecture hall, making friendships that will last a lifetime. Maybe they're thinking back to their first eureka moment, when their chosen field of study finally clicked into place. Or perhaps they're thinking about late-night debates in the guild, that group project that pushed them to their limits, or the spark of inspiration when they saw their research was really making an impact. Today, they close one chapter and open another. A degree from the University of Birmingham is more than just a name on a certificate. Our graduates are recognised by employers for their resilience, creativity, and dedication. Soon, they'll find many exciting opportunities waiting for them. Shout out to the staff, students and volunteers who have made this special day possible. We couldn't have done it without you. Also, a reminder to share your photos from today on social media. Make sure to tag our accounts so we can engage with your moment. A mixture of graduands who sit in the back of the hall and their loved ones who are seated near the stage. During the ceremony, the graduands will make their way up to the stage, accept their scroll, and be applauded by their families and fellow students. In the sea of formal robes in the ceremony, attendees may spot black gowns, red and green gowns, and possibly some other eye-catching colours. The black robes are worn by those graduating with their bachelor's and master's. Green and red robes are for those picking up a doctorate degree. To the families, friends and supporters watching from home today, your encouragement, pep talks and well-timed cups of tea have helped our graduates reach this day. Let's take a moment to appreciate the parents who still don't quite understand what their child studied but are immensely proud regardless. Well done everyone, you've earned this celebration. our ceremony will begin. There's a degree of pomp and circumstance to the day that echoes back through the years. These rituals connect our graduands today to students from the very first British universities formed in the 13th century. This procession isn't just tradition for tradition's sake. It's the university's way of honouring the past, affirming the authority of scholarship, and marking the threshold our graduands are about to cross. Now it's time for the procession to start. Senior academics of the university are led into the Great Hall by 2 mace bearers and will sit on stage throughout the ceremony. There is a mace bearer at the front of the line and one at the back. The latter is called the Esquire Bedell. Both carry large silver maces that they put down on stage. This is a ceremonial kick-off to the day. The mace bearers are usually staff members from the university who have volunteered to take part. Row by row, the procession makes its way up to the stage, passing proud faces in the congregation, students in mortarboards, parents wiping away tears, tutors exchanging proud glances. A senior member of the university, such as the Chancellor or a Provost, will be the last to take their place. They'll stand before the attendees and declare the congregation open.
I declare the congregation open. Well, hello and welcome to our fabulous Great Hall. My name is Helen Abbott, and I'm the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of the College of Arts and Law. I'm also a Professor of Modern Languages. It's a huge pleasure to welcome you to Birmingham and to today's graduation ceremony for the School of History and Cultures. To those of you at the back, graduands, and to those of you nearer the front, friends, family and supporters, thank you for being here so that we can share together in what promises to be a very, very special occasion. Now, today is a very real celebration. A celebration not only of academic success, but also of commitment, perseverance, and personal growth. As members of the College of Arts and Law, you, graduands at the back, have been spending your time immersed in all kinds of corners of the disciplines you've been studying. You've explored new ideas, you've interrogated differing perspectives, and you've learnt how to question in all kinds of evidence, oral, textual, visual, how to interpret and articulate your understanding of our very busy and messy world with clarity and with conviction. Your journey to graduating today may not have been super straightforward, because achievement at this level very rarely is. It is earned through effort and through willingness to learn from what doesn't go to plan. You'll have encountered demanding assessments, those wonderful dissertation projects for many of you. You've navigated all kinds of competing ideas, theories, methodologies, and come up against moments where the next step wasn't immediately clear. But you've always found a way through, thinking carefully, talking with your tutors, your supervisors, your fellow students, working purposefully and supporting one another. Now, many of you are going to leave formal education behind after today, readying yourselves to dive into what some people call the real world, but I think we're in a very, very real world here today already. But whatever you go on to do, I urge you not to lose that spark of curiosity that brought you here in the first place and that you've nurtured during your studies. Keep listening to that voice that says, is there more to this than meets the eye? Keep asking the why, the how, and the what if. Universities are, of course, esteemed places of learning, but they're also places, very special places, where people with differing beliefs, languages, customs, interests, and personalities all come together. We exchange perspectives and we forge very, very meaningful connections. Treasure those relationships. Truly, it's one of the most important things that stays with you after you leave the university. There are people I know that I met at university a few decades ago who have become not only my closest friends, but also the occasional phone-a-friend moment for when I've got a question that they are more expertly qualified to answer than I am. If I flick through my roster of WhatsApp contacts or LinkedIn connections, I can reach out to people who really can help me to navigate the next path in something I'm doing. And so whether it's through your own LinkedIn connections, other social platforms you keep in touch with people on, or, of course, coming to our alumni gatherings here or elsewhere in the world, you will be able to stay connected with your own phone-a-friend networks. They really, really do matter. And I hope you'll stay in touch with us too, particularly your academic tutors, lecturers, professors and student support teams, many of whom are sharing the stage with me today. Because what happens is we end up using each other's knowledge in all sorts of meaningful ways. A quick message here, an email or a Teams chat there. Sometimes many, many years after you've graduated. I can tell you for sure that every one of my colleagues behind me on the stage is still in touch with students from 2 years ago, 5 years ago, sometimes 20 years ago. It's really, really valuable to us. It really matters because that's how we at the University of Birmingham do things. You're very much one of us. So graduates at the back of the hall, perhaps I might be able to invite you to join me in thanking all of those who've nurtured your intellectual curiosity, nurtured that creativity too, and inspired you to keep going during your studies. Will you join me in thanking them? I'm afraid we're really not done with clapping yet. We've got a whole hour and a bit to go of clapping. It gets better, trust me. Because in front of me as well are all of your friends, family and supporters. And there are many also tuning in from all around the globe, perhaps from down the corridor if they weren't able to get a seat in the room today. They're so proud of everything you've achieved. I get the privilege of seeing all of their faces beaming as you come up on stage shortly. Because you will all have that person who's had faith in you, those people who have supported you and showed you kindness, and without whom you wouldn't be here today. So I'm going to ask you graduands to join me with my colleagues in thanking the people here supporting you today. Thank you. So it's about to happen. Very, very soon, you're going to be coming up onto this stage, and the Pro Vice-Chancellor for Research, Professor Rachel O'Reilly, will admit you to your degree. This really is your moment. When your name is read out, that will be your graduation. And so family and friends here at the front, that's your cue for whoops, cheers, whistles, cameras at the ready, whatever it takes to really, really celebrate the person you're here to support in graduation today. So a final word to our graduates as they prepare to come up on stage. Take care on the steps. They're really not as scary as they look. If in doubt when you've shaken the hand of Professor Rachel O'Reilly, just go back down the middle, and if you're not sure what to do, someone will guide you. But most importantly, give a huge smile for the cameras, and don't forget to savour your moment. Thank you.
Now for the handing of the scrolls. The graduands walk across the stage to collect their scroll from the presiding officer.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. My name is Professor Insa Nolte, and I'm the head of the School of History and Cultures. Pro Vice-Chancellor, to you and to the university, I present the names of these graduates as listed in my program, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Pro Vice-Chancellor, I admit those persons listed in the programme, both in attendance and in their absence, to the degree for which they are to be presented.
Thank you. So, we'll start with Doctor of Philosophy. For research into the motif of the gladiatorial arena in young adult fiction, Hebe Freya Rose Barlow. For research into the nature and impact of the marketplace in medical services for Midlands consumers in the Midlands, circa 1600 to 1720, Helen Cox. For research into populist rhetoric and ideology in the late Roman Republic, Tim Elliott. For research into Birmingham's civic gospel and municipal culture through the development of Birmingham's free libraries between 1851 and 1898, Stephen John Rocher Hewitt. For research into early modern Caribbean society and its relationship with piracy, Nathan Thomas Jopling. For research into silence, absence, and the representation of women's lives in the works of 3 contemporary Nigerian women artists, Francine Kola Bankole. For research into the representation of women in ancient Greek literature, Alex McFarlane. For research into the topography and daily life of the Byzantine Duchy of Naples, Naila Namseki. For research into tourism in the late Soviet Union, Marta Starostina. For research into community-led industrial heritage regeneration, Christina Lucia Zuccalla. And for research into the intangible cultural heritage of the Dragon Boat Festival, Zhuang Xu. Master of Research, Daniel Godfrey. Master of Arts, History, Kali Marie Suri. Master of Arts, History, Modern and Contemporary History, Saranya Mukhopadhyay. Master of Arts, International Heritage Management, Sarah Becker. Paula Lealdo Matos. Bachelor of Arts, Ancient and Medieval History, Callum Findlay. Thomas Frogson. Megan Johnston. George Kelly. Conrad James McElroy. Edward Richardson. Joshua Rowbottom. Holly Warnell. Bachelor of Arts, Ancient and Medieval History with Year Abroad, Ella Kurowski-Ford. Sophie Newton. Bachelor of Arts, Ancient History, Umira Ahmed. Rabia Akhtar. Romy Asbury. Emily Atkins. Charlie Carter. Evie Crane. Heather Hansen. Alexander Livingston Wallace. Rowan Akshay Kirit Mistry. Gabriel Moore. Alexander Nash. Bachelor of Arts in Ancient History and Archaeology, Jack Bailey. Shandon Crofts. Tanima Mustafa. Morley William Nightingale. Christy Paver. Ella Williams. Bachelor of Arts, Ancient History and Archaeology and History, Bethan Jenkins. Caitlin Jones. Nancy Mean. Isabel Taylor. And Lily Mail Woodridge. Bachelor of Arts, Anthropology and African Studies, Munira Eid. Bachelor of Arts, Anthropology and Politics with Year Abroad, Benjamin Goodwin. Bachelor of Arts, Archaeology and Anthropology with Year Abroad, Ellie Brown. And Daniela Longhi. Bachelor of Arts, Classical Literature and Civilization, Danielle Barrett. Rebecca Butcher. Anna Catrick. Kirsten Copper. Aster Jonathan Elliott Flaherty. Theo Holton. And Mahi Kara. Charlie King. Viola Emily Lam. Lucianne Lee. Eleanor Rose Wise. Bachelor of Arts, Classics, Eleanor Fillingham. Clara Strawberry Gott. William Meadwell. Bachelor of Arts, English Literature and Classical Literature and Civilization, Hazel Cohen. Ambika Kumar. Abira Kunasilan. Amy Wharton. Bachelor of Arts in History, Hamza Ali. Rosie Arnold. Molly Bailey. Betsy Beaumont Humphreys. Stevie May Beckett. Thomas Binns. Emily Blackmore. Fiona Brain. George Britton. Annie Burrows. Ruby Chalmers. Dylan Chivers. Andrew Clark. Erin Cloherty. Zach Colby. Bethany Kirk. Evie Cowison. Daniel Craig. Catherine Cross. Caris Elizabeth Davies. George Dean, Zach Down, Charles Patrick William Doyle, James Diamond, Harry Ems, Monica Errington, Louis Fairclough, Carrie Fowler, Millie Foxall, Katie Garrett, Frank Gibbons, James Gilbert, Charlie Gold, Emmanuel Graham, Olivia Greenslade, Joseph Hay, Holly Hammond, Jacob Hansen, Poppy Harris Bloomer, and Katie Hitchcock. Orla Houghton, Hallam Kelly, Alice Keat, Jessica Alice Langmead, Chijuan Lee, Charlotte Lubbock, Fiona McInnes, Kylie McNiven, Mustafa Mohioddin, Eva Morgan, Henry Myatt, Kofi Osei-Owusu, Talia Phelan-Slade, Dylan Pound, Vishali Rama Subramaniam, Mia Riley, Amelia Rennie, Bethany Roberts, Beatrix Mary Roberts. Oh, sorry. I'm saying that. Okay, and Samuel Roberts. Millie Robinson. Catherine Rogers. Hannah Mackenzie Russell. Sean Ryan. Olivia Sanders. Edward Scarborough. Charlotte Simpson. Heather Smith. Frederick David Stevens. Lennox Stevenson. Daniel Stone. Rebecca Tew. Jago Tai. Edward Verdon. Karina May Walker. George Wellbelove. Caitlin Emily Whelan. Daniel Whitehead. Frederick Wilkinson. And Eve Wyatt. Bachelor of Arts in History and Philosophy, Ivor Drury. Finley Horn. Sophie Murphy. Aggie Stockel. Bachelor of Arts, History and Philosophy with Year Abroad, Joseph Helsby. Tess Elizabeth Radford. Bachelor of Arts, History and Politics, Evie Bell. Isabel Bentley. Olivia Bogdanovich. Alex Bradley. Grace Coleman. Rory Curtis. George Day. Daniel Elek. Jack Goldsack. Leah Ezekiel. Emily Jones. Freya Kernan. Benjamin Cutton. Matilda McCarthy. Isaac McLaren. Jemima Nex. Bethan Mary Phillips. Phúc Hằng Abby Poon. Erin Pritchard. Thomas Roberts. Gabriel Joseph Corriton Roberts. Kashika Suryapoothiram. Maya Stewart. Hamza Tarajia. Ellen Titema. Millie Ward. Katie Watson. Oliver Webster. Fionn Williams. Samuel Williamson. Lauren Wise. Matthew David Woodcock. Bachelor of Arts, History and Politics with Year Abroad, Joseph Badger. Thomas Brex. Daniel Halliday. David William Bacon McCarthy. And Sarah Rashid. Bachelor of Arts, History with Year Abroad, Niamh Coyne. Eleanor Cracknell. Thomas Anthony Habib Hamilton. Zoe Ioannou. Sinaya Jeffrey. Eleanor Milne. And Joshua Watts. Bachelor of Arts, Politics with Anthropology, Vanessa Margaret Parsons. And Donya Rakshan Parast. Bachelor of Arts, Politics with History, Jack Hardiman. Anya James. Bachelor of Arts, Social Anthropology, Lara Gold. Jack Green. Toby Hazel. Saren Johnson Stefjuk. Aoife O'Brien. Wu Sang Shin. Xin Yao Tang. Bachelor of Arts, Social Anthropology and Archaeology, Lucy Greenwood. Maxwell Arlo Twybe. Bachelor of Arts, Social Anthropology with History, Katja Oxley. Bachelor of Arts, Social Anthropology and Politics, Teji Baines. Harvey Eggleton. Fatou Anna Kamagat Cabanes. Heidi Keaveney. Bachelor of Arts, Social Anthropology with History, Olivia Howell. And another graduate for the Bachelor of Arts in Social Anthropology and Classical Literature and Civilization, Morphy Bobi Anza.
Congratulations to all our graduates. It's absolutely wonderful to be here this evening, to be able to celebrate with you on what is a wonderful occasion. My name is Rachel O'Reilly and I'm Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Research here at the University of Birmingham. And it is, when I say I really mean it, it is a huge pleasure to be able to be part of what is such a special day and a role that I certainly don't take for granted, but something that I know I and all my colleagues thoroughly enjoy being able to be here to see both the beaming smiles from the friends and family of our graduates and also all our graduates who've joined us on stage today. I know how hard everyone has worked, and you can really see the pride and from everyone in the Great Hall tonight and also online. But when we think about all of your relationships with the university, today something changed and something shifts. Our graduates' relationship with the university doesn't end here, it just changes. From today, you will join a community that stretches across the globe. We have over 400,000 alumni in 170 different countries. And that's not just a number, albeit a large and impressive number. That's a network of people who sat exactly where you were sitting and went on to do remarkable things. And just some of those remarkable things are Nobel Prize winners, Olympic gold medalists, pioneering engineers, celebrated authors, entrepreneurs who built things from scratch, educators who changed lives, clinicians on the front line, and policymakers shaping the world. That is now the company that you all keep. But together this community carries real weight. Just last month, we found out that Birmingham was ranked 68th in the world in the QS University rankings. This places us in the top 10 in the UK, and we've climbed to this position for the 4th year in a row. And that trajectory reflects the quality of what happens here at the University of Birmingham, the quality of our research, our teaching, and our ambition. And it is built every year by people like you graduating from this hall. And just this morning, we found out that we are top of the Russell Group of Universities in student experience, something that we're very proud of, how we nurture and support our students to be able to have a fantastic education and enjoy their time with us here at the University of Birmingham. And if you have time after the ceremony, perhaps you might have the chance to walk along the corridors of the Aston Webb building. And there you will find a museum of objects, manuscripts, photographs and films. And this layer the stories of everyone who came before you in this great hall. Just one of those stories belongs to Rose Sidgwick, who became our first female history lecturer in 1905. And she went on to co-found what is now Graduate Women International, a global advocacy group for women's rights. She understood that knowledge breaks barriers and transforms lives. Her story is a reminder to us that progress starts with people who are willing to imagine something better and push for it. This is just one of the stories that makes this place what it is. We have many stories of discovery, perseverance, creativity and courage. And today, your stories join theirs. Each of you have left a mark here, be it in seminar rooms, studios, labs, libraries, through the hard stretches and the brilliant breakthroughs. You've shaped this community on our university as much as it has shaped you. That's always been the university's story, a story of creativity and vision, matched with grit. Some failures, many successes, and a refusal to stop pushing forward. I suspect that might already be your story, and you will keep shaping it as you go on to wherever you go next. You and everyone who supported you to get here today have every reason to be proud. More than a century ago, King Edward VII stood on the stage at our formal opening and said something that still stands. He said, "I say that the honour and dignity of this university are largely in your hands, and I look to you to initiate and hand down worthy traditions to your successors." Those words haven't dated. Our futures are bound together. You are part of this university's legacy, and you will help write what comes next. Our next chapter starts with you. So just finally, class of 2026, please accept my warmest congratulations to each and every one of you, and very well done. Thank you. I declare the congregation closed.
The ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni has come to an end. The procession begins to stream out of the Great Hall, carrying with them the maces that were set down at the start of the ceremony. It's a nice bit of visual poetry that bookends the ceremony. As those maces are carried forward, so too are our graduates onto their next adventure. This is a powerful moment for our graduates, representing the culmination of years of dedicated study. The education, connections, and friendships they have made at Birmingham will last a lifetime. The University of Birmingham is known for producing great thinkers, change makers, and innovators. From Nobel Prize winners to sporting champions, this institution has shaped minds that go on to make a real difference in the world. Today's graduates are stepping into that legacy, ready to make their mark, whether they're heading into research, launching businesses, or, let's be honest, finally taking a proper break before the next adventure begins. From the Great Hall to the wider world, our graduates will carry the knowledge, ambition, and spirit of Birmingham in their next chapter. Wherever you're watching from, this is not just an ending. It is the beginning of something exceptional.